But in any case, going to this game, of the winners finals, we're going to see if SAR is going to have an answer on how to defeat the 5 defenders comps if they decide to use it again, or if MYS decide to use it again.
I mean, it'll be pretty amazing if they pull off the 5 defenders again. I was watching behind the scenes, and I was just my jaw was on the ground watching how 5 defenders can defeat some of the best teams in the Asia region. But it seems like, as we're talking about the defenders, Ghatlue is going to be taken away from MYS. Now, this is only time will tell here, right? Whether MYS still decides to go for that 5 defenders. The good thing about Pokemon Unite is that there are so many defenders up for grabs, and Blastoise getting picked up straight away as well. Maybe there's an indication, Hashigi, that they will continue.
That's there. Yeah, yep. Oh, they're trying to counter with the 3 with the defenders. What?
Can we see just every single defender possible in this 1v1 between SAR and Team MYS? We might. There's Umbreon locked in, perhaps. So far, Hashigi, we've got Ghatlue, we have Greedent, we have Trevenant, Blastoise, Lapras, a Crustle, and Umbreon. If anyone is in the audience that is a defender main and likes to watch defenders go about it, we have an absolute show of a match. The memo is coming in. My excitement is over the roof right now.
We don't have defenders left. I don't think we have defenders left.
My God. It's okay. Draining Kiss, Clefable, if they do it, it's pretty much a tank. Do you know what I mean? But come on. Let's quickly look at some of these builds. Oh, the Snorlax! How can we forget? I am so excited I get to cast this with you, Hashige, because this is probably the first time I've seen in a tournament we have all 10 defenders. Both teams are saying, you know what? I saw what you did before. I'm going to show you I can use the same strategy and I can be the better team. And look at this. Can we just talk about some of these builds here, Hashige? Because we have a double stacking Greedent. We have a double stacking a Trevenant. We have a stacking Slowbro. We have a stacking Ghatlue. Every single player on SAR is stacking. So we're going to look for some major damage and major HP going into that game.
Right. And I think, as the defender, right, you actually have the movement, the tankiness to actually score some points. Definitely. And knowing, let's say, the opponent also is also, like a defender as well, meaning that there's going to be a lot of stacking in the early games, and obviously it's very important because having all of these stacks is going to make sure that their damage is enough as sort of like an attacker role Pokemon to make sure that you put up enough damage and everything. But anyway, I'm super excited towards this game. I think one of the other things to highlight is that the Crustle is using the Fluffy Tail. I think to make sure that to make sure that he is able to secure all of these Registeels, Regirock, or Regieleki, or even like Rayquaza in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of items that we don't normally see, apart from Fluffy Tail, we have a Trevenant that's going to go with a Gold Getter as well. So maybe that's going to be the difference maker to clutch out this game. But having a look at the paths here, we have a Eevee looking to be an Umbreon as soon as possible, going to stack on top. Lapras is there as well, and it's going to go against a Goomy and a Fan Thump in that top path. Mamoswine, or a little Swine Up in the central area, looking to come online as early as possible. I mean, if they don't run Ice Fang this game, I'm going to be very surprised, because that move is pretty good against, just like isolating people for your team. But come on, this is just a showcase of all the defenders, isn't it?
Right. I think the main challenge is going to be probably like the Piloswine, because going to need to evolve in level 9, whereas all of the other defenders can be online from level 5.
And here we go. Ice Fang indeed grabbing that foul play Umbreon, but it might not be enough as 3 members of TeamMYS is just pushing back. The pressure is on right now. The poor Phantom will get knocked out by that Wartortle. And look at that. Perhaps another KO. No, Piloswine able to get away very freely. But looks like this Altaria is going to go on the side of MYS. And there we go. That's what I expected. The water spout coming out is probably going to be a spinning Blade. Another KO for the Goomy. They're taking out the Blastoise, but it's going to be the Wartortle that wins that engagement up front.
Right, HT as the Pokemon, as the player who usually plays jungle and mid.
Hmm.
I mean, we're kind of like back to the first or second season where the first Blastoise is actually out, and everybody, when you want to win games, you need to use Blastoise, and always pick
Hmm.
to make sure that because the damage from that Blastoise is going to be super huge, like the one we see just now.
And look at this, a possible invade coming in from the little Scorvet, just looking to, not quite so far, the Snorlax able to confirm it for MYS, but in the meantime, all these Altaris and Swablu's going to be soaked up by SAR over here, and the Snorlax might be in a bit of a trouble. Meanwhile, Lapras looking to play with this Scorvet. Now, this Scorvet hasn't really evolved in a Greedent yet, so it's pretty, I guess, useless in terms of the damage it can do. Meanwhile, I'd say all of these defenders are just finding it out in the central area here. Umbreon looking to get taken down by that Sliggoo as well. Now, I have to say, MYS coming in with flying colors at the moment. They have 2 level 7s and a level 8 Spinstoys coming through and looking for more KOs in this bottom path.
Right, and I believe like the Blastoise might reach even level 9 before the team fight for the Reggie bottom lane, and also even a Reggie Aleki on the top lane. But there they are. I think the Rock. Wait, was that? Is that the Stealth Rock?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
I think they need the Stealth Rock to do some damage in terms of an AoE. Now look at this. Greedent zoned out here, and all of MYS is just going to start this Regice. They're going to be pretty uncontested here unless this Greedent can do anything, but the Heavy Slam block combo is going to zone them out. Very, very nicely done. I think that's what you need, right? If you're versing a team with defenders and you also have all the defenders on your side, you need to get that level lead and hold on to it, because then you become so tanky and you're more likely to win those fights. But here comes Goodra finally coming online, and perhaps there's going to be an answer to that domination that MYS is showing so far.
Right, and obviously, the Umbreon also uses Wish. It's going to be so big in terms of the... It can help to kind of like making your friends survive, all of these team fights. And once again, the Blastoise is just able to pick up the Reggie Aleki and secure the top lane objective again.
Yeah, I mean, things are getting a little bit too overwhelming for SAR here. I mean, this is a team that has, it decided to go against the bosses of the all defender comps, right? They've chosen to challenge the kings right now. And I mean, MYS is just showing why their comp actually works. Huge Hydro Typhoon comes through, and they're just going to be spinning. The Blades are coming on. Mamoswine not able to defend at all. And look at this. Just the overwhelming pressure coming in from 5 tanks running at you. It's going to give them the top pad as well. And that whole path is just naked up top. I mean, this is 279 to 105, Hashigi. This is a great start for MYS.
I mean, it's not really great stuff, but you can see like the top lane is really like it's just like gone like that. Before minute 5, these are like the kind of like the match where you see you play in rank and like an experienced player against an unexperienced player. But then again, I do believe like the top lane is gone like that. I think it's going to be very dangerous if let's say Team MYS are able to take on to the Reggie Aleki near the minute 2 mark, because as defenders it's very hard for you to defend, because the amount of damage that you put in, you can just burst the Reggie Aleki like that.
I do agree with that. And luckily for SAR here, they're going to be able to break that bottom pad, to much of their relief, because they're trailing behind in points. However, this Regirock might be able to provide the buffs and maybe a little bit of experience to get them back into the game. So far, though, level 12 Blastoise. This is what I love to see from MRS. They need to make sure this Blastoise is as high level as possible, because a majority of the damage is going to come from that Hydro Spin coming in through. Look at that spin to win once again, take out the Trevenant, and also possibly that Greedent as well. Yet again, every single team fight has gone on the side of MYS. And I mean, if you're Team SAR, you need to go capture some of these yellow dots on the map, because right now, if you're going to bring into the Rayquaza fight with a level 9 Greedent, that is just not going to cut it when you have a level 12 and a level 11 Lapras standing in your way.
Right, and level 13 now. Almost level 13. But yes, once again, I think they just tried to push it back, and Slowbro is just being captured right there. I kind of forgot that does Ice Fang can actually stop Rapid Spin from Blastoise?
I think so. I think your Rapid Spin just makes you hindrance resistant. I don't think you can actually grab it. so far, which means it's a really good move to use. In either case, look at these more dunks coming out from MYS in the bottom path. I mean, Hydro Typhoon is just going to do so much damage alongside. The Slowbring goes on the Blastoise, but it might not be enough because we have Wish Umbreon there. Lapras gets out, eject from the Blastoise as well. It's almost got its spin to try to get out of here. Look at how fast it goes. It has no sweat there, escaping that fight.
Right. I do believe like if the Ice Fangs can capture the Blastoise means that the Mamoswine just really needs to save the Ice Fang until like the Blastoise just spins around. But then again, moments like that are not really easy to get, right?
No, I think the only thing that can stop this Blastoise right now is the Slow Beam from the Slowbro. But even then, even if you capture it with the Unite move, I don't know whether there's enough damage on the side of SAR to really take down this Blastoise. And don't forget, Blastoise is not only the damage dealer as well. We've got a Lapras, which is very good with its Water Pulse to take down some of the members of SAR as well. So looking into this 230 mark, there's a Registeel here. Both teams really want to do this because they want that damage buff. Blastoise able to get it for MYS, and this could spell trouble here. Ice Fang coming out from the Snorlax. Snorlax able to get out with the Heavy Slam as well. Gudra might be in a tough situation here. This might be a weird little fight before the Rayquaza and the final stretch, Hashige.
Right. I think because they have the fluffy tail, I think it's just a really good really good choice of battle item to make sure that they are able to secure most of the Pokemons that they need to secure, like the Registeel that we saw just now.
Oh my god, Tremor gets picked off immediately, and this is not good for SAR at all. Here comes the Mamoswine. Unite gets taken out as well. Hydro Typhoon ejects and docks up 2 players. Lapras is gone in the KO stream of 2. And look at this, with only Greedent and Gudra remaining, I think MYS is just saying, Snorlax, you got this. You can block out them. We can secure this, right? Oh my god, but the Greedent comes out of nowhere. It's not over if I'm here. I've got the cheeks. I've got the seeds. I can secure the rain. But did anyone even protect the shields apart from the Gudra on the side of SAR?
Right, and I don't think like with only like 23 points or even like that, and right now they don't have any more shields from the Rayquaza, they're able to capture or they are able to down more than 200 points by this time around. They need 200 points to make sure that SAR is able to take the game 1.
Yeah, they do indeed, but the good news on the side of SAR is they have 2 Unite moves there's no Unite moves on the side of MYS, so if they only need 200 points and they know this, they still have a Pokemon with shield there, right? I didn't catch who that was. Was it the tree that still had the shield moving up into top path? So perhaps the dream still lives for SAR here. Snorlax trying to just defend this. They know that they just need to stop this Trevenant. Maybe they can give 100. It's fine. Oh, but Trevenant doesn't even have 100 points. They only have 66 to dunk. So there is still a mountain to climb for SAR there. They still need at least 120 to take off this game.
And we also see like HD is going to go onto the opponent's side and trying to dunk for 80 points all up over there. There's another 6 points, but I don't think it's going to be enough. With 200 points needs to be captured needs to be dunked from SAR. I don't think like with 15 seconds left they're able to take game 1, and it seems that MYS is still going to be the king of the 5 defender comps through this match against SAR.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give credit to SAR for trying, right? If you can't beat them, you join them kind of strategy there. But unfortunately, there's a reason why MYS is one of the best teams in Asia, because they definitely did not come into this match unplanned. They knew the mission. They knew the draft they wanted to try. And look at that. That is what, I mean, it was that 4 games in a row or 3 games in a row where it has worked out so well? Maybe it's 5 games in a row. Someone help me out here, but that's just ridiculous, isn't it?
I mean, it's just the one on stream, right? You haven't seen the one that is actually off the stream, and they're able to just pull this off. I mean, we probably need to open the Unite API to see like whether they use this comp from the start of the tournament. But it seems like the comp is actually pretty solid for any teams to actually use it for the qualifiers that is going to be happening in the next 1 or 2 weeks.
I mean, the great thing about this tournament is that it allows teams to try out comps, whether it's, a bit of fun or whether it's an actual competitive strategy. And the thing is, it gives the oppositions a little bit more uncertainty, right? If you ever go up against MYS again, because you've seen how well MYS can pull off this comp. And whether or not they actually do it in terms of the qualifiers, it's always going to be back on the other team's mind. And I think that's so good about, what MYS is bringing to us. It's showing us that you don't have to go for the typical standard, all-rounder supporter. You can use these Pokemons in other ways, exactly, right? And the Umbreon there really just a supporter there. 142,000 damage healed for their team. And come on, Crustle. Do you really see a Crustle doing over 100k damage on the regular basis? I mean, that is just a treat for our eyes, isn't it?
Right. But again, if we take a look at the dynamic of the games just now, there's just so many team fights, right? And knowing that both of these teams has a very, very tanky build, very tanky support. They need to be able to survive tons of damage at the